What's up, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're still working on my car. Right now it's just gonna be more so maintenance stuff. After I did the clutch, if you want to check out that video, the drive shaft went bad. You could hear it. There's like the bearing sounds like it went bad. They don't make a replacement for just the bearing, so I had to buy a new drive shaft. My ball joints are ripped. My clutch slave should probably be replaced since I never did that after I did the clutch. Also, when I was doing the air oil separator, one of my axle boots, the one by the downpipe, was torn and throwing grease everywhere. So this video is more so maintenance, but if you have to do this to your car as well, I have the part numbers and the year, make, and model of what cars I got certain parts off of. So yet again, just here trying to help anybody else who has this car. So right here is the clutch slave. When I did the clutch, I replaced it with a new one and it didn't work, so I got another one, and now we're gonna finally put that in because right now the pedal feel, it's pretty high. It's the same as a 2002 WRX, thankfully. Just 2 bolts on the side and the banjo bolt on top, and then we can replace it. I might try to bench bleed it first, I'm not sure, but let's just hope this goes according to plan. So right here's the part number for the clutch sleeve. So now let's throw it on. Alright, so I'm going to loosen the loosen the banjo bolt first. Then before I fully open that up, I want to clamp the hose so I don't leak too much fluid. I just wrapped some electrical tape around the pliers so I don't damage the nice braided line I have on there. Take off the sleeve itself. It's 14 mil. Two bolts out. Sorry that I keep hitting the mic. I don't mean to. Promise I don't mean to. Alright, I'm gonna clamp the hose. Alright, shouldn't leak too much. No guarantee though. Banjo out. Clutch sleeve out. Make sure you have the washers. And that's gonna go on the correct way. Damn it, now it's pissing. I don't know why. But if you got the banjo, the washer, like I said. Tried not making a mess. I didn't lose enough fluid to let air into the hose, which is good. This fluid's burning my hand. I don't like it. Obviously, when you're done, you're going to want to spray everything down, considering how much it leaks. Now, let's put her on, and then we can bleed it. Make sure the tip of it goes into the clutch fork. You don't want to put it on and then have that not be right. I'd recommend wearing gloves. I just have no feel when I have gloves on. Yet again, like I said, make sure the pin is in the clutch fork. You don't want to go bleed your clutch and have that get pushed out. Ask me how I know. Make sure you torque it down nice and snug. And now we can start bleeding it. So the way I bleed the system is with a bottle already filled with fluid connected to a hose, because when you do this by yourself, you can just leave the bleeder open and pump fluid through until there's no bubbles, where the other way you need a person. But this has worked out for me. I've done entire brakes by myself, clutch slave by myself, all that good stuff. So that's how we're going to do it today. So basically you just need to make sure there's fluid in the bottle, so that when fluid gets pushed out of the hose, it only sucks up fluid back in, so that you don't suck in air. And you don't need anybody holding the pedal. You just pump it, release it to where it should be, tighten it up, and then pump it to see how it feels. Also, one thing I like to do is put on the wrench before the hose. I also have a 6-point 8 mil, because like I've said before, 12 points never work for me. Coming through, you can see all the air pockets here. Or if you can't, I can. If you look, see all the air in the line. So we'll add a little more fluid, pump it a couple more times until we see no air at all. I'm going to add some fluid to the reservoir. Also, when you do this, when you're done pumping, make sure the pedal is up. Otherwise, if it's down, it's going to pull vacuum instead of push the pressure. I'm going to take a video with my phone while I do this, just in case. So right now I'm having trouble getting air out of the system. The pedal doesn't want to get further than maybe ½ inch off the floor. So what I'm going to do is take it off and pump it by hand to hopefully push all the air bubbles out. But I'm going to go under the car in order to do that, just so the clutch slave is much lower than the master. Alright, so real quick what I had to do, I mentioned taking it off and pumping it by hand. I'm doing that from under the car, and the first time I pressed it in all the way, a ton of bubbles came out. Let me see if I can show you. I don't know if you see that pocket of air right here. A ton came out. I'm gonna see if I can film this. I'm actually reaching over the top of the transmission. That's the only way. I was able to find room. So watch when I open this up. Some fluid, some fluid, some fluid. And you're ready. Unless I got it all out already, but so there's some more air there. I'm gonna go check the reservoir up top. I think that should be good now. So I'm gonna reattach this, pump the pedal, and hopefully it works. Now let's see what the pedal feels like. Oh, we got pressure, baby. Hell yeah. So I'm gonna pump this a couple times. Bleed it again and then see what happens. Bleed it one more time. I have my phone record. Alright, so hopefully pumping the pedal works this time, because there was no air pockets that came out of the line at all, so wish me luck. So I bled the slave by hand like I showed you, and now I got full pedal feel, which is great. Yeah, so that's done. Alright, so that's it for the maintenance stuff. Clutch slave is done, ball joints are done, drive shaft is done. So I hope that was helpful to anybody who has to do this to their car, whether it's the same car or another one. When you put a new slave in, bench bleed it first, or just pump it by hand to make sure you get all the bubbles out. Ball joints are a pain in the ass. Drive shaft, not too bad. But if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. If you like what you saw, smash the like button. And if you want to stick around, feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.